Hey guys, I'm back again for another Jurassic World Mattel Tour review. We're back at it with Cretaceous and or Dino Escape. So, as you've seen the title and thumbnail, that we finally got ourselves Ben and Kenji in the collection. Well, my collection, because I finally am glad that I got all these campers now. It's been a long time coming. And yeah, right out the bat, finally got to watch season 5 a few days ago when it premiered. It was truly satisfying. I really enjoyed that season a lot, just like the entirety of the show. Just Cretaceous has been a fun series, so it's been a really good journey with these characters. So now that I finally got all these figures, I can finally go ahead and start talking about them, collecting all these dang figures. It's just been fun, yet while simultaneously expensive. So as you can see, we finally got Kenji and Ben. Let me adjust my camera. There we go. Finally got these two. These are the most expensive ones to get a hold of. Well, Kenji being the less expensive, but oh my goodness, this sucker was so expensive, I swear. But I'm finally glad I got them. And now's a good time for me to take a look at both of them. So, same style packaging as we're going to go forward. So this has been Jurassic World Cretaceous logo with Toro, Darius, Dino Escape, Ben, Colosaurus Bumpy, the barcode and all that warning stuff, Netflix original animated series, and the really aesthetically pleasing backdrop that we got for Dino Escape at that time. And the side to side is just the logos, that nothing special there. Back of the package has a much more blown up digital image of the dinosaur and or human character, as we all see. And then the other side you get to see the other character we can get, which we also have. Also the fax app capability and the logo again. Same with the other one at the front and the sides and the back with our blown up digital image with another figure we get, which is basically the same figure we have now. So yeah, that's enough of the packages. Let's go ahead and take all these characters out and the dinosaurs out and take a closer look. Alright, so now we got the Monolophosaurs, Kenji, Ben, and Bumpy out of their packages. Let's go ahead and move these two aside. We'll talk about them later. We're going to focus on the humans because that's what this whole thing is about. So, I will say this, definitely the quality control is much more well handled on this one, better than the other figures I reviewed, which was Sammy, Brooklyn, and Yasmina, which had certain quality control issues with both their dinosaurs and either their humans, but actually they were like, I'm like halfway there. But this one right here, none of that happened so far, because good thing I didn't get actual errors around everything. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at Kenji first. And as you can see, his figure is definitely accurate to how he is in the show. He looks pretty dang on, like spot on, looking like the character in the show. Just no other complaints, to be honest, other than like a tiny little paint slop that's like overpainted around his neck. But other than that, I think this figure is just spot on like him in the show as a figure. He looks really good. There's also like that hair texture right there. He's just, yep, basically all I can say, he looks exactly how he looks. It's a nice figure as usual. Really do like his overall look. No other issues can be literally found on this figure because he looks exactly how he's supposed to look. He's definitely one of the more screen accurate ones. Like I had my problem with Brooklyn, who had pale skin and a little bit of quality control on like issues on that one. But this one, no problems. Like this figure, Sammy, and sort of Yasmina, I will say her hair should be a darker color. But yeah, like this figure right here is just definitely as accurate as you can get from the show. So I have no other, like, got no comment needed. It's just everything about the figure looks exactly how he looks like in the show. He looks nice. Also, sorry for the autofocus going crazy again because so many things in the background. And he does come with a little scooter, but I don't have to go over it because I already went over that with Brooklyn. It's the same exact one. So that's all I gotta say with Kenji. Kenji is overall nice. And Ben, over here, the one that cost me a lot of money, is a really dang good figure. I also really freaking like how he looks. I just like this overall attire. Like, his character progression in season 2 just made me love this character so much. I really wanted to get this character for a very long time. So yeah, he just looks really nice. I will say the only problem I do have with this figure is the same problem I had with Brooklyn, which is the skin being too pale. It's not that bright of a skin tone, so I don't know what happened here. I really like this figure a lot, but that's the only problem I can really find, is just the skin tone.
And I do wish he had a little bit of a serious face. Like, he does have his typical, like, Ben face. Like, he looks exactly how he looks in the show. Yes, he does. But I do kind of wish he had a little bit more of a serious face. Like, he looks like he's ready to battle sort of way. But his attire, everything about him, like the dirt speckles everywhere, he looks exactly how he looks like in his first appearance in season 2, or at least his, progressed appearance in season 2, not first appearance. But yeah, he looks really good. And he also comes with his spear and his makeshift shield, which looks really nice. I mean, it's not painted entirely different colors, just all in one color, but it's really nice. And also, the material it's made out of like a harder rubber, so it's not entirely plastic. Maybe it is just plastic, it's just rubbery plastic or something. His spear is also nicely detailed too. Trying to make sure to get it in good detail, but you can clearly see that, yeah, it looks exactly how he looks from the show. He's got his battle gear on and everything. Just overall, he looks really nice. Just the only problem I have was just, the pale skin. It shouldn't be that pale at all. But I guess, well, I really have no complaints other than just that skin tone. But yeah, he does look exactly how he looks. And just, he is one of my favorite characters in general. He's like, out of all the campers, he's definitely my favorite. Like, just because of season 2, he ended up becoming my favorite character in general. He is so fun. Autofocus going crazy. Really do not like my autofocus right now. It's just, I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, Ben and Kenji, that's both of them. They look really nice. I don't see any other inaccuracies with these characters. They look exactly how they look from the show. It's just Ben is the only one with the skin tone issue, just like Brooklyn. So that's all I gotta say with those characters. So let's go ahead and move them all aside and focus on their dinosaurs. We got Bumpy and the Monolithosaurus. And the Monolithosaurus, I took a look at the Monolithosaurus with the Brooklyn figure. This one's the one with the darker paint. And honestly, I think this one looks much better. And yeah, the Monolithosaurus, the same detail going applied, and there is no quality control on the eyes. It definitely is also pointed straight, like looking forward to its victim. You can see the slit pupil like barely go forward. It's like it's right there in front, so it looks like it's looking directly at you. And the other side is the same way. Looks really freaking nice and menacing. And the paint job on it, it's definitely much more nicer and much more darker. Like, also really like that airbrushing on the bottom. It looks really nice on the figure. And just the overall patterns they had on it. Overall, it's like I don't have to go too much into detailing in the figure because it's the same figure as the one I reviewed for Brooklyn, but it's just overall so much like more appealing looking. I mean, I do like the other one, but this one I like more because I just really like that paint scheme. It just looks really cool. So that's the Monolithosaurus right there. And here comes Bumpy. This is my second Bumpy because the first one I had came with the adventure set with the Stegosaurus and Limbo and Darius. And that one was incredibly tiny, like hatchling sized, tiny. This right here is just $10 scale figure size and adorable. Very adorable. Just adorable. Definitely got movable parts, the articulation right here and on the legs. But I really like the paint on it. The paint looks exactly like how she looks in this show as well. And the horns as well, like the not so like the very stubby horn. And this is like, I really like this in Kawasa's a lot. Just the different like look of it all. It's just, this is Bumpy. This is her. Just also, I really like how the eyes are painted too. They make it look like it's very shiny and reflective, and that's really nice. It's not like just matte. It's really shiny and reflective, and it almost looks like glass, but it's not glass. It's just a very glossy painted eye. The underside, nothing's really painted, but you also see the scan code right there, which is, again, this is Dino Escape. It's not the newer figures yet, but you can see that it's got really nice detailing all around. Those bumps and ridges, they pop out. But I am really liking this little guy. I mean, it could be a little bit smaller because, I know this thing was growing at an accelerated age rate, but a little bit, it's obviously a lot bigger than a lot bigger than expected. Like, it's just on the scale of a $10 action figure, or $10 Dino, of course, or at least $8. But yeah, Bumpy definitely looks like how she looks. An adorable little figure. Just love it. That's all I gotta say about Bumpy. It's just so nice And I really got no other issues, so that's basically it. Oh, in comparison, let me go ahead and get out the Monolithosaurus that came with Brooklyn. Excuse me. So like I said, they're both the same sculpt, but I do definitely like the one with Kenji more just because the paint scheme is a lot better and it's got paint on the underside, just airbrushed in. But this one's nice too, but it only got like airbrush paint on the feet. That was basically it. No paint on the underside. It's just overall not nearly as like great in terms of like the paint scheme on the other one, but they're both the same sculpt and they're really nice looking figures. So that's it for those. Let me go get them out the way. Here's Bumpy again. And a little baby Bumpy. It's like, you see the scaling of it, also a quality control issue on that one, as I think I talked about it before in my review of the figure, but you can see how tiny this is. I was like, you think it would be accurately scaled, which it should be, but it's like, Bumpy was basically an in-between like these two scales as like a little baby, but it was obviously growing very fast anyway. So yeah, you can definitely see the comparison between Bumpy right here. I'll definitely be getting adult Bumpy soon, just don't know when, but I'll definitely be getting that next. And here's all the campers together in one little image, plus Bumpy in the background. I had to put her in here. Oops, almost tripped them over right there. But yeah, there goes. That's the completed pick. I'm finally glad I got them all. It's been really fun collecting these figures while also simultaneously stressful because of, you know, how expensive Ben really was. But yeah, finally got them all and it's just been really fun. Just wish there would have been a lot more, you know, easier for me to get them sooner, but of course, not everything was like planned perfectly. So you can see them all together and they all look really good together. I mean, of course, the only two figures that I have an issue with is just really Brooklyn and Ben. Their skin tones are a bit too pale for their own good. So that's basically it for those little issues, but they all look good. That's all I gotta say. Alrighty, so that's gonna be it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed this review of Ben and Kenji, both from Cretaceous, Dino Escape, these two packs with the Monolithosaurus and Bumpy as well. It's just been really fun. They're really good figure sets, and also good thing that it didn't get too much quality control issues and everything on these two, because I was extremely worried about that like the other review I already did. But yeah, like, I'm glad that I got these figures, and I'm glad I completed at least collecting these human characters. And I'm not completely done with Cretaceous just yet in terms of collecting the figures, but I'm getting there. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be seeing you guys later.